Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. Um, this is just a little match reaction to the FA Cup game, Swindon Town, Friday night. Proper throwback to the old Division 2 days. It was a bit mad. I went down to Swindon with a pal of mine, checked in a hotel, lots of Blues staying there. The ground was literally 5-minute walk away, so it was handy. Weather was bitter, freezing cold, proper, FA Cup feel about it, bit cheddar and that. And yeah, we set off from the hotel. I'm walking towards the ground. You can see the floodlights in the air. And it just give me a bit of a buzz, you know what I mean? I got a bit excited about it. There's something about these smaller teams and these grounds that gives me a bit of a buzz. I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? It's just the feel of the place, the smell of the place. It's proper football, you know what I mean? I think sometimes in the Premier League, we can get a bit pampered and a bit spoiled, you know what I mean? It's the perfect match day experience. But we were mooching down side streets, trying to find a pub, trying to find our friends who had tickets. They couldn't find us. It was crazy, you know what I mean? There was all sorts going on outside, you know what I mean? You could tell it was a big game for Swindon. Massive crowd. The queues trying to get in the county ground were crazy. Then we walked round to the away end, and the only word I can say about the away end trying to get in was carnage. Carnage. They had 3 turnstiles, right? 3 turnstiles. It's an open air away end, yeah. So it's freezing. They've got a poor guy stood on the turnstile asking people to show COVID passes, yeah. Wasn't happening. And then you've got probably best part of 600-700 City fans trying to squeeze into these 3 turnstiles. It was mad. It was mad. You know what I mean? The spirits were good outside, though. The City fans were giving a good sing-song. The police was cool. But Swindon Town, they just got it wrong, man. You could tell they're not used to it. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but they ain't used to it. So we squeezes in the turnstile, literally squeezes through. Yeah. There's about 3 toilets, so everyone's just doing what they need to do wherever. But you get in the ground and the ground's full, you know what I mean? It's bouncing. The Swindon Town fans are giving it large. They're having a bit of a sing-song. We're in the open air madness behind the net. You're really close to the pitch, so you can literally breathe it in. And yeah, I'm in there and I'm thinking, right, FA Cup tie. I look at the team, great team, but Pep's put out. He's shown a lot of respect for the competition and the opponents. There's only really Zach Steffen in goal and Cole Palmer that come in. Swindon all week with the news of the players having COVID and things like that must have been thinking they had a chance. With City coming to town, they might put some kids in. But no, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? The big boys was out. De Bruyne, Bernardo, Gundogan. You know what I mean? Yeah, we were going to go toe-to-toe with them. And then the game kicks off, you know what I mean? It's a good little game at the first. There's a few challenges flying in. It's freezing cold. The Swindon fans are up and down. City are getting into the rhythm. I think some of our players, to be fair, probably got a bit of a shock of coming down a peg or two, you know what I mean? The pitch wasn't the best. The fans were literally right on top of you. So, yeah, it took us a little bit to get going. Cole Palmer. I wax on about Cole. I love Cole Palmer. I just think he's got something, you know what I mean? He's just something about Cole Palmer that I like. And you could see the little touches he was taking. You know what I mean? He's playing out on the right. He was coming in. He nutmegged a player at one point. And then he sets up the first goal. You know what I mean? He makes a great run down the right-hand side. He whips the ball across. It's bread and butter football, that, for us. And Bernardo Silva taps it in, so it's 1-0. Do you know what I mean? 1-0 City. And then, you know what I mean, we're controlling the ball. Swindon, to be fair, they had a good goal. You know what I mean? Every time they got up the pitch, their crowd got behind them, so you've got to give them credit. They had a kid up front, long hair kid who scored their goal. His name escapes me at the minute. But he was running his socks off. You know what I mean? He knew it was a game of his life. He was running his socks off. And a few times he got in and behind Ake and Diaz and Walker, but there was nothing really threatening from him. But Swindon were huffing and puffing; they were having a go. You know what I mean? And then second goal, Jesus, great finish. You know what I mean? Took it well. It's 2-0. Then you're thinking to yourself, the floodgates could open here. You know what I mean? They could open. But credit to Swindon, they didn't let the heads drop. The fans got behind them. The fans behind the goal at Swindon were non-stop. There was a couple of guys in the away end to the left of us. I got them on my Instagram story doing the money sign and all that shit. You know what I mean? Big day out for them, wasn't it? So leave them to it. But hey-ho, they're entitled to their opinion. But the big boys was in town, innit? So 2-0 at half time. You know what I mean? City cruising. Nothing to worry about. The free kick in the second half, Gundo, great free kick. I was right behind it, whips it round the wall, bottom corner. Great goal. Game over then, innit? You know what I mean? Game over. Or so we thought. Next minute, Swindon Town, credit to him. They burst through, kid with a long hair. I'm going to find his name in a minute because I didn't know his name because I was speaking to him in the hotel after the game, to be fair. But he bursts through and scores. And you know what? If you're a Swindon Town fan, to celebrate your team score against Manchester City, the champions of England, big up to you, you know what I mean? That's what them kids have gone there for. They've gone there to watch some great players. Manchester City haven't disrespected the competition and fielded a youth team. So if you're a Swindon Town fan, a young kid, you've gone there with your parents, you've seen Kevin De Bruyne, you know what I mean? You've seen Gundogan, you've seen Jesus, you've seen Ruben Diaz, you've seen Cole Palmer, you know what I mean? You've seen Rodri. He said a good night for Swindon Town. You know what I mean? They tested themselves against the best and they came out of it with a bit of credit. So the goal goes in, there's flares going off, smoke bombs going off. It was proper, you know what I mean? But I don't mind it. You know what I mean? You support your team through thick and thin. The big boys come to town. You know what I mean? Some teams get levered. We're beating teams in the Premier League 5-7. So credit to Swindon. And then the goal of the game for me, the man of the match for me, Cole Palmer. I've told you about Cole. That goal he scored, let me tell you, was a hard goal to score. But the kid, it was right in front of me. The kid's got a great touch. He's playing football with energy. He's playing football with passion. He's playing football like he's playing on a schoolyard. He's in one of the best teams in Europe. He's a proper mank lad. And he's basically just knocking it about like he's playing with his mates. And I love that. And I love the fact that Manchester City, as a club, have created that environment for him where he can come in a team with the superstars and not freeze. He's coming in and expressing himself. It's similar to what we've done with Phil Foden. We brought him in slowly. Other teams were saying you should loan him out. Pep's ruining him and all that. No. Pep's preparing him for when he gets his proper chance. It's the same with Cole. Cole's come in now. He's scoring goals. He's assisting in a Manchester City team. He's actually a young player that is going to save us millions and millions and millions. Do you know what I mean? We don't need to. They're looking at the conveyor belt of players coming off. We're producing them now like we've never done before. And at the end of the day, it's going to save us millions. Do you know what I mean? Absolute millions. And I tell you what, Jack Grealish, he's got a fight on his hand, Jack. You know, because these young kids want his place. Do you know what I mean? There's a few players in that City team that I've been looking over the shoulder thinking, hold on a minute, these young kids, they ain't messing about. You know what I mean? They're training every day with the first team. And they're starting to get that winning mentality. And these games like Swindon, what you notice about Man City, we don't disrespect it, but we keep on winning. We keep the rhythm going. We keep the momentum going. It's about breeding that winning mentality, and we just keep on going. And that goal by Cole Palmer, to flick it in on your left there and curl it top, did he do his left or right? Or did he whip it across? Anyway, top bags off the stanchion and in. I'm just thinking to myself, we found another one. We found another player outstanding. You know what I mean? And it was absolutely fantastic at the end to see Lavia come into midfield. Obviously, Romeo Lavia, Belgian kid. He's got a bright future. There's hope that he can replace Fernandinho, saves us going out buying another DM. So if Lavia can shadow Rodri and sort of get to them similar levels where he can come in if Rodri's out and do a job, then we're happy. Mbite came in at centre half. He's a unit. Anyone that's not seen him, he's a monster. Big, powerful player. Another one coming off the conveyor belt. He looked comfortable when he come on. And then it was absolutely fantastic to see Kai, Brazilian, come over here with a lot of hype. He looks very, very small. Had a couple of decent touches, nothing special, didn't really do an awful lot. But, you know, he made his debut in English football, Swindon Town, FA Cup, Friday night, freezing cold. He'll never forget it. And, yeah, so all in all, coming out of the game, there was loads and loads of positives. Looking at the team, performance, the win, the young players getting minutes. Really, really happy. It's probably been a tough week at City with the gaffer not being there, certain players missing. It's probably been a bit disjointed. But, you know, hopefully this week we can get together, get all the players back, get back in the bubble. And we've got an absolutely massive game against Chelsea next week. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the Chelsea game. I'm going on holiday with a family this week. I've got not a lot of time in the year to get away, and this is the only week I can squeeze in. So my kids have been freezing for 2 years, so I'm going to go and defrost them out in the sun. But I need it to recharge. I'll be watching the Blues out there, but yeah, so if I'm quiet this next week, it's because of that. I'm away. And that was it, really. You know what I mean? Got back to the hotel. A lot of Manchester City fans in the hotel. Had a great time. Enjoyed it. We reminisced about the Division 2 days like we always do. But I've got to say something now on this review. 2 things, actually. Yeah. That roundabout in Swindon, outside the ground, they call it the Magic Roundabout. It's like 7 roundabouts in one roundabout. Anybody Google the Magic Roundabout Swindon and tell me if that's normal. Because I nearly got killed driving over it because I just went right over it and nearly got splattered. And coming out the ground, I ended up crossing over into the middle of the roundabout and I was in no man's land. I felt like Tom Hanks in Castaway. That's where I was. I couldn't get across. I was just stuck there. I was waiting for someone to give me a football to play with and get a campfire going because I was ready for staying the night in the middle of the Magic Roundabout because I couldn't get across the road. Anyway, I managed to get across. Some City fan just staggered out in the road, blocked all traffic, and I went, boom. So the Magic Roundabout Swindon, that blew my mind, yeah. The second thing I'm going to tell you about now is we got back to the hotel and we ordered a kebab, right? And it said on the kebab, what sauce do you want? So put mint sauce, yeah. Now, mint sauce in Manchester on a kebab is the mint yogurt sauce, mate, yeah? This kebab turned up with actual mint sauce. You know, mint sauce you put on your Sunday dinner. There was mint sauce all over my kebab. Swindon. Someone in Swindon explained to me, you lot are eating kebabs with mint sauce, the green mint sauce on it. Is that normal? It ain't normal to me, mate. So someone in Swindon explained that to me, or have I been had over? As he thought, this Man City fan, I'm going to have him over and put mint sauce on my kebab. Anyway, didn't get it. And Big Steve went to bed. Cold and hungry. It's not on. So Swindon, it was memorable. The roundabout blew my mind. The ground's pretty tight and intimidating. But the mint sauce on my kebab, it ruined my trip, man. It ruined my trip. So listen, big up. That was my Swindon Town review. Nothing special. You've seen it on the TV. It is what it is. We keep on rolling. The draw's on Monday, I think, or Sunday. Look out for who we get in the next round. I'm off to sunbathe and chill out for a week. Big love and respect for everyone that's got me to 10K on the Instagram this week. It's been crazy. They're going to do a giveaway. And thank you very much for tuning into my channel. Love the comments, the respectful ones. If you leave a shit comment, I'm just going to block you. Can't be asked. You don't want that here. And yeah, big up to all the Blues going to Chelsea. Sing the boys loud and proud. Let's get the 3 points. Makes a massive dent in that title race. Up the COVID Blues. Mint sauce on your kebab. It could be the future. Peace.